Hi everyone, my name is Josh Hurdle. I'm the coordinator of CouleeCon, and we're here to make a video to talk about this year's Coulee Cards. The 2016 Coulee Cards feature different bluffs. So there's a game that you can play with these cards called the bluffing game, and we're going to actually be having a tournament at the con that features the bluffing game. So I'm here with the designer and developer of the games, Kevin Jones and Barb Jones, and we're going to talk through these different cards and show you actually a sample play of the game itself. So first, I just have a card here that you can see. This is the Mill Bluff State Park card, and there are three different cards that feature bluffs, and the fourth card is exposed bedrock. And Kevin, I think, is going to talk through some of the features of this card.
Bluff cards are how a player will earn points. Now, points are earned for having rummy-style groups and runs of playing cards in conjunction with bets placed on the bet cards, the bluff cards. So you're going to place bets on your bluff depending upon what you have for cards in your hand at the end of the game. So for Mill Bluff, if you have a hand like this with 3 aces and then 2 through 6 in spades, you're going to score points based on the Mill Bluff State Park card with bets placed on the card. There we go.
So what we have right here is we've got a group of 3, and so groups, that means cards of the same type, and runs, those are cards of the same suit in order.
In numerical order.
And so right now we have a group of 3 and a run of 5, and had this been the card that we were using, if we look at the Mill Bluff card, a group of 3 and a run of 5 is times 6. So we would take however many, what do we call these tokens, these points?
All these tokens that were placed on that card throughout the game, and you multiply that by the multiplier for the total amount of points you earn.
So in this case, this is 5 times 6, this is 30 points that would be scored, and this scoring is done at the very end of the game. So throughout the game, you're building a hand to try to meet certain requirements on these cards. But the challenge is, and you're going to see this as it's played, the challenge is balancing out using these tokens for actually getting cards or putting them onto your bluff cards to acquire points at the end of the game. So there's sort of this back and forth that you've got to balance.
All right, with that being said, why don't we show the rest of the bluff cards, and then we'll go ahead and show you how to play the game.
All right, so this, and let me zoom in, this is Granddad Bluff. And so Granddad Bluff, each run of 4 cards times 2, a run of 5 cards times 3, a run of 6 cards times 5, a run of 7 cards, which only occurs in a 3-player game, is times 7, and a run of 8 cards also in a 3-player game times 9. So for our tournament at CouleeCon, we won't be playing 3-player games.
Or 4-player.
Or 4-player games, yeah. Although you certainly could do that outside of the tournament. And the other card, the other bluff card, is Sugarloaf Bluff. And so Sugarloaf Bluff, each group of 3 cards times 2, and each group of 4 cards times 4.
You'll also notice on these cards that there's Experiencing the Driftless, and that's going to be a mega game that will be featured in probably 2 to 4 years, which is going to incorporate all the cards previously and going forward. So
this bluffing game that we're gonna demonstrate uses these bluffing cards. You actually need 2 of the cards to play the game, and we're planning to actually have full sets for anyone who wants to play in the tournament so that you don't have to worry about actually collecting them yourself. You can also, in addition to picking 2 of these cards to play, you can also use 1 moment card. And so moment cards here's the 4th card from this year, the Exposed Bedrock, which is a moment card. And so this card says, once per game, reveal this card to turn over 1 face-down card, or choose and look at 2 cards in a player's hand. So this game, this particular moment card's actually kind of been structured to work very well with the bluffing game. However, you could also use any of the moment cards from the 2015 Coulee cards. All 3 of those cards were moment cards, and so those 3 cards were the Scout card, which allowed you to become the first player at the start of the game. The Second Chance card, which allows you to reveal the card to gain a second chance at a particular action, or the Knockout card, which you could reveal this card to win a tie. So all three of these cards were from 2015, but they will work with this game if you would prefer to use them. And again, we'll have these available in the tournament, so you can pick from any of these 4 moment cards when you're playing in the tournament.